Antonio Brown, when he's not, say, in a pool, placing his behind in the face of a woman multiple times, then throwing her around and subsequently flashing his privates to her, or quitting on his team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by making a scene in New Jersey against the New York Jets, throwing off his equipment, embarrassing the team, embarrassing former coach Bruce Arians, embarrassing his teammates. Or,
Chester, you look like a fish. A fish out of water. Look, Dad, look at her. Come on, fishbowl. Fishbowl. Fish. You want a bag of dicks? You and that broke out of here. Get the out of here. Get that lousy out of here. Broke ass whore.
saying this to the mother of his kids in front of his children.
We're following a developing story in the NFL as well. The Tampa Bay Times is reporting that the former chef for Antonio Brown is accusing the Bucs wide receiver of obtaining a fake vaccination card.
Faking his vax status, according to a former confidant.
Good morning, Judge Ruffin. Happy New Year. Herb Schwartz, right on behalf of Antonio Brown.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Mr. Brown.
Good morning.
Or seeing a judge because he assaulted a moving truck driver.
Tonight, Tampa police say they're trying to arrest former NFL player Antonio Brown, making multiple attempts outside this home to execute an arrest warrant for battery domestic violence.
Or this.
Like I said, the politics of the business, like we see, if go wrong on the politics side, you can get fucked up, right? Like we all watched the Colin Kaepernick. Everybody's seen it. We seen how it happened, and it was just like the politics.
What happened to Kaepernick?
Me personally, I feel like because he was kneeling, he was doing that people didn't like, and then it was like, we ain't gonna pay no more because we didn't like that. That's what it felt like for me.
But they gave him the money and they gave him the commercial. They gave him the documentary.
What you mean after that?
Yeah.
But he didn't get back in the league though.
That's why they gave him the other thing.
Dogging Colin Kaepernick, teaming up with the Big H supporter, Kanye West, to launch a sports agency, Donda Sports, a failing business that has become so obtuse, athletes bailed.
Antonio Brown is accused of sexually assaulting his former fitness trainer. Brown's accuser identifying herself as 28-year-old Brittany Taylor.
And this, he would be kicked off of Snapchat after sharing explicit photos of himself and his baby mama performing sexual acts on him. AB would do the typical song and dance, claiming that he was hacked. Chelsea Kyrus said, I have reported his page and pictures. Unfortunately, Snapchat is allowing him to repost. I am very sorry for any of your kids that follow him and used to look at him as a role model. I do not condone these actions. As you are aware, I have kids involved as well. Brown wouldn't be done, however. A man who reportedly took him in and tried to help him as much as possible when he was still an NFL player, that being the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady, offering his services, letting AB live at his house to try and focus on winning, to try and get him in the right mindset. Clearly it didn't work because Antonio Brown would put up photoshopped images of Brady's now ex-wife, model Gisele Bündchen, Photoshop images that show her completely naked. That's a good teammate right there. Most recently, he wrote of Travis Kelce, because that is where our story takes us. He needs some black P word, bro washed. Via the India Times, I felt the same way. Brown's language didn't go unnoticed, as one fan criticized him for reducing women to body parts, suggesting you could have simply said he needs a black woman. Brown's tweet not only offended many, but also highlighted his continued erratic behavior following his retirement earlier this year. And how erratic was it? Even Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever would block him on social media because this is just who he is. This is what he spouts. He has no filter. I truly believe that this is partially due to the effects of playing professional football. A lot of people will go back to and say that the hit he received was on the receiving end of from Cincinnati Bengals linebacker Vontaze Burfict changed him. Easily could have. It could have been the other hits as well. What I also don't appreciate is that he finds humor in it, and he will hashtag each and every tweet CTESPN. Not really a joking manner considering the history that we have since you were in your last days as a professional football player and the time thereafter. Oddly enough, the Toronto Sun would report earlier this year, Travis Kelce had actually said that Brown was one of his favorite people to follow on social media. Obviously, that probably is not a thing anymore. So what I will say is the following. There is so many problems with Antonio Brown. You guys are coming for an honest opinion. Here it is. From all the reporting we have seen, from the multiple instances, this is not someone that if you were their friend, that you wouldn't have checked already. Because you would have. If this was an associate, a coworker, a loved one, someone you respect, you would probably have had a conversation already. And you wouldn't be spamming comments saying, oh, you go, bro. Goat, man. Ha, hilarious, man. It's not. None of it is. Especially when, according to Sports Illustrated, he did not pay members of his arena football team, his indoor team, that he was so proud of purchasing. And then the journalists did their digging. And there were many players who were left out to dry, which is terrible, of course. Allegedly withholding payments, key cards not working, funds not being transferred. This man is not a role model. This man has shown time and again who he is. And there are ways to right some wrongs. He doesn't want to. He doesn't care to. I say shame on Antonio Brown. Shame on him. Honestly, I understand with the Elon takeover that, you know, it's getting a little dicey, but how he hasn't been banned from multiple social medias and their platforms is beyond me. Because this is not some conduct that we should be praising. It is one we should be condemning. And I hope for his sake that he finds a better way forward, because this clearly is not it. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.